take over for the class. Just an update for you all before we do. We're hoping to have it in-person chair yoga again soon. Hopefully by March, I would say, is a pretty safe bet. So we'll be opening that up for a pretty limited group and hoping to stream at the same time as well. So you could still join from home or watch the recordings if that's what's working best for you. But thanks and enjoy your session today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I'm so grateful to be with you guys in any form. I definitely miss you in person, but this is going to work. I can feel you guys. Just remember that if you guys need to chat, you have questions, comments, there is a little chat box. You're more than welcome to type something in if you have a question on something, and I'll get to you when I see it, okay? All right, if this is your first time, welcome. Just be sure that you listen to your body. This next hour shouldn't hurt, it shouldn't be painful. You should feel great, you should feel taller, you should feel lighter afterwards. So first things first, make sure you're somewhere comfortable. We're all gonna be sitting on something different, so be mindful for that. For me, like I always say, my couch is too low, so I always grab a couch cushion, an extra one, just to make it a little higher. You want to get those hips above your knees. It's going to release a lot of that tension we hold in our low back. Okay, a prop. We're going to use something to lengthen our arms. Usually I have a scarf or a dog toy by me. I'm going to grab this t-shirt. You can really use anything, a dish towel, like I said, a scarf, anything that's going to make our arms a little bit longer for us, okay? We're going to use that, so just put that off to the side. All right, go ahead and wiggle out those shoulders a little bit. We're going to take a nice cleansing breath, big breath in, long breath out. Good. Just make sure you're somewhere comfortable. You could be leaning back if it feels good. You could be sitting tall. Let your eyelids close. Let that natural breath take over. Feeling that breath come in and out, slowly and softly. Letting that face feel calm. Letting the expression on your face be that of peace and contentment. Feeling those shoulders roll away from your ears. Feeling your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Let's take a cleansing breath here together. Breathe out. Full breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Feel that softness that breath creates. And let that natural breath come over. Bring both hands to that low belly, so right beneath your belly button. On your next breath in, fill that low belly. And And exhale, pull that low belly in towards your spine. Good. Every breath, fill. And exhale to pull it in. Good. Every breath, fill. And exhale as you draw that low belly in. Good. The more we can move our belly here, the more space we create for breath. The more we move our diaphragm, the more tension that we release through our bodies. Good. Let's move those hands up to that lowest rib. Take a second just to feel it there. And then our next breath in, feel those ribs expand outward. And exhale, let them release. Good. Every breath, feel those ribs expand outward like fish gills. Feel those ribs expand even off of your spine. Let those shoulders lift as you breathe in, and exhale, feel them roll back down. Good. Couple more breaths here. So much tension we can release throughout our body just by taking deep breaths and almost visually and energetically sending that breath into that space. Almost imagining that we're breathing into our shoulders, into our ribs. Good. Now let's bring one hand to that low belly, right beneath the belly button, and bring one hand to our chest. Got it. And your eyelids just soften, your shoulders relax. We're going to breathe, and we're going to create motion and movement with our breath. Everyone breathe out. Inhale, fill that low belly first, then those ribs, then feel the chest lift. Exhale, chest down, ribs in, low belly. Good. Breathe in, low belly, then ribs, then chest. Good. Go ahead, keep breathing. Almost like you're filling your cup with breath, and then you're emptying that cup. Good. One more breath here. Release your hands to your lap. Take a moment just to notice that breath, that change, that space you've created. This is a great moment to set an intention for your practice today, whether it's for yourself, for someone else, maybe it's a prayer. You're going to inhale, reach those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Big stretch here. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Let those thumb knuckles press into your chest. Lift that chest high into your thumb knuckles. Let your shoulders roll down and back. We'll take a cleansing breath. Breathe out. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Good, let your eyelids open. Nice soft gaze. Big breath in, reach up, big stretch. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more, just like that. Big reach, really open wide here. Strong fingers. Last one here, full breath. Good. Go ahead and release your arms, your body. We're going to bring those feet hip distance apart here. Hands are going to come to our knees. We're going to move our spine here. So make sure you always have the back of your chair, your seat for support if you need it. But for here, you might want to move a little bit further forward so you have just a little space here to move your back. Hands to your knees. We're going to breathe in. We're going to pull that belly forward. Maybe we look up. Exhale, we're going to round, pulling that belly button all the way back, rolling those shoulders forward. God, breathe in, move that belly, and exhale, round. Good. Nice and gentle here. These first ones might feel really stiff and rigid. Just nice, gentle movement to bring movement to our whole spine. Good. We can even roll back on towards our tailbone. Moving that pelvis as we shift here. If it feels better in your neck, you can just keep your gaze forward. Again, modify to what feels good. There might be some movements today that feel good, some that don't. So just be gentle. Just one more. Good, and release. Shake out those shoulders. We're gonna roll those shoulders one at a time. But again, nice gentle movement. Don't overstrain here. It doesn't have to feel like a big stretch or a lot of tension that we're creating. Just little movements. Release. Perfect. We're going to bring those hands out in front of us. Palms are going to meet. Arms are straight if you can, but know that you always have that option to bend your elbows if it's creating too much tension in your neck. Okay, so just like this, feet are hip distance apart. We're going to take that right hand and we're going to follow our gaze on our hand here. So we're just going to open that right arm all the way up, out as far as we can, and then bring it back in. Good, same arm. We're sticking to this arm, open it up. And again, that elbow can be bent. Just try to follow that gaze, opening our whole entire chest as we do it. Now notice your feet. Make sure your legs aren't coming together as we do this. Okay, try to keep those legs nice and strong. Don't worry, we'll give a nice big break between sides, okay? So just let those arms feel the little bit of a burn. Nice gentle burn though. Don't forget to breathe. Just one more here. Good, and then come back. We'll release. Give those arms a break. Roll those shoulders. Move it around. We're going to move that spine again here. So we're really opening our whole entire, not only our spine, but the sides, our whole torso here. So hands on our knees, move that belly. Inhale, pull that belly forward. And exhale, round. Good. Perfect. Back and forth, breathing as we move. Good. For me, I can really notice the difference on this whole side as I move. Don't worry, we'll even it out. Good. One more. Good. Back to normal. Once again, arms out in front of us, palms meet. We're going to follow now that left hand. Feet are nice and wide and stay there. Left arm opens up and back in. Good. Good. Breathe out as you open here. Inhale as you come back. Again, those elbows can be bent. Just make sure you're nice and tall here. So don't let this pull you forward. Good. 2 more. We'll give those arms a break, I promise. Last one. Perfect. Back. Okay. Now we're going to roll our shoulders out together, one at the same time. So up and release. Just 2 more here. Nice and gentle. Last one. Good. Perfect. All right. We'll give those arms a bit of a break. We'll go into our feet. You know what? I'm going to move my camera just a little bit so hopefully you can see a little bit more of my feet. All right. So we're going to take that right foot. We're going to bring it out in front of us. Toes are going to be up. Bring that heel all the way down. Now, naturally, we're going to run around here. So see if you can sit up nice and tall here. Okay, use that low belly here. Pull it in, keep that spine tall. Toes are pointing up, toes are flexing back towards our face. Hands are gonna come onto the other thigh. Perfect, so rather than rounding forward, we're just dropping that low belly into that thigh, just a little bit. Good, I want you to feel that stretch in the back of that hamstring here. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Two more breaths. And then release. Perfect. Bring that leg in. We're just going to turn our body a little bit to the left. Okay. And again, whatever you're sitting on, just modify as you need. Okay. I think usually like a good chair is probably a little easier here. We're going to take that right leg. We're going to reach it out towards the side so that we're kind of at an angle here. So we're trying to kind of imitate like a warrior pose here with our legs. Good. Make sure that left heel is right underneath your left knee. Make sure you're not leaning back. Make sure those shoulders are right on top of your hips. Nice tall spine. You should be feeling this nice stretch right in that inner thigh. Now those toes can be pointing up. They could be rolled down. Change it around to see what feels better. Keeping that knee happy. You might feel that stretch a little deeper in one with the toes in one direction. Good. Again, sit up nice and tall. Right hand kind of crawls on that right foot or right knee just a little bit. You'll feel that nice little stretch here in the back of that left thigh. You can stay here, or we can reach that left arm up like we're high-fiving the wall on the other side. Breathe. Full breaths. Breathe in. Feel that whole entire arm reach higher. One more breath. And release. Good. Come all the way back in. Back into our seat. Shake out those legs. Now we're going to take that left foot right on in front of us. Heel goes down. Toes point up. Good. Sit up tall. Hands come onto that right thigh. We're just concentrating on stretching the back of that left thigh right now. Breathe. It's amazing that in our day-to-day, when we're stressed, when we're upset, when we're trying to lift something, whether we're trying to create strength, we'll hold our breath. Notice it. You'll do it a lot. Like driving, if driving conditions are really awful, like they have been for the last week, least here in Chicagoland. We tend to do these really shallow breaths, and we really should be doing the complete opposite because we need that oxygen for our muscles, for strength. We need that oxygen to regulate our nervous system, our cardiovascular system. So reminding yourself to breathe during those moments of tension is very vital. We all do it. I forever will hold my breath on a regular basis. But I just remind myself, breathe, breathe, breathe. One more breath. Got it. Now we'll release. Legs together. This time we shift towards the right. Okay. All right, left leg. Stretch it out as much as you can here. Try to sit up tall. Again, as long as we're feeling that stretch in that inner thigh, it's right where we want to be. Those toes can be wherever feel good. Pointed up, pointed down. Good. Left hand. When you're ready, just let it roll down just a little bit. Keep that posture nice and tall. You'll start to feel a little bit of a stretch here. It's perfect. You can stay here. We can reach that right arm all the way up. Every breath, feel that length. Just one more breath here. Full breath. And release. Good. Feet together. Come back. We'll reset. Big breath in. Reach all the way up. And exhale it together. 2 more. Full breath. Big stretch out. Last one. Full breath. Good. All right. We'll bring those feet nice and wide, wider than hip distance here. Adjust yourself as you need. Good. We're going to bring that right elbow towards our right thigh. Perfect. For most of us, this is all we need. I feel this a lot here. I feel this right in my obliques. I feel that in my psoas muscle, in the outer parts of my hips. So stay here for a little bit. These are those muscles that feel really achy. A lot of times when I don't know if we'll sleep wrong or we're just really stiff, especially during the cold weather, these muscles get really achy and we never stretch them. Good. And if you're not feeling it, just try to get that left shoulder up a little bit, make it a little bit of a twist. Good. We could stay here as long as we wanted, or we could reach that left arm all the way up. Feel that length again. You can look up if it feels good. We don't need to though. That doesn't really feel great in my neck. Good. And then slowly release. Come back up, wiggle it out. And we'll switch. Left elbow, left thigh. This side might feel different. If you feel like that right hip is trying to lift, try to press it down. Shoulder stack. Okay, breathe. Stay here or extend that right arm all the way up. Okay. If you're not feeling it and you're leaning forward, try to lean back. A little bit of a twist. Breathe. Good. And release. Come back. Shake out those shoulders a little bit. Okay, keep those feet nice and wide. We'll move that spine one more last time. Hands to our knees. You're going to pull that belly all the way forward. And then exhale, roll it back. Perfect. Just a couple more. Really opens up our hips here, bringing those feet wider. Good, and release. Perfect. Give those arms a little bit of a break. I'm going to adjust here. You might need to adjust for this. We are going to use the back of our seat a little bit here. I'm not sure I have enough of a back of a seat, so I might have to modify a little bit. Okay, so wherever you're sitting, I want you to lean back into the back of your chair. That's a little too much for me. Good. And then we're going to pull that right knee in towards our chest. Okay, so if we need to grab that prop, we can do that. We need that extra length with our arms. You can bring it on the shin. You can even bring it behind the thigh. Okay. So once we get here, I want you to point those toes up and then down. Good. Up and down. You got it. So here you can really feel those muscles that are around your knee working here. That's why I love being able to actually feel it with my hand. And this is like a big purpose of this stretch. Not only are we stretching the front and the back, our ankle, but we're strengthening those muscles around our knee. Good. Now we're going to take these big circles with our ankle. And again, you'll feel some new muscles trigger here and move in your knee. Same thing, really important. Keeps that knee happy, keeps it strong. Reverse those circles. Get those crunchies out of your ankle. Good. Release the foot. Now from here, the purpose of this is we're working on that mobility of our hip joint. Okay, so we're moving that hip joint in a new direction. From here, we're going to open that hip joint out. All right, so it could be a little, it could be a lot. You could grab the foot. You could open it a ton. Again, modify as you need. So it might just look like this, just a little bit. Again, you can grab the toes a little bit. Okay. So a lot of the things that we do in yoga or any kind of stretching regimen is a lot of muscles. We're stretching them, we're lengthening them, we're even strengthening them. Here, we're really working just on mobility. So we're taking that joint that is supposed to move in a lot of different directions, that doesn't normally get to move in a lot of directions, and we're moving it in a new direction. Okay. Perfect. Now, obviously, if you have any major hip problems, this doesn't feel good, maybe a major hip replacement, and you've been told no out of rotations, obviously don't do it. There's reasons they tell you that. Okay, we'll bring that knee back in, and we'll release that leg. And we'll switch. Left knee in. Give it a hug. Remember, we have that little prop. We need that length. And we're going to flex those toes up and down. Good. Feel all those good muscles move here. Good. Move big circles. Get those crunchies out. Reverse that circle. Good, release. Now again, we'll open that hip joint here, so you can open it just a little. And grab those feet. Open it a lot more. Two more breaths. and release. Good. We'll sit all the way up. Use that low belly to do it. Good. We'll give those legs a break. Move into our arms a little bit. So we're going to start off taking those arms all the way up. Tight little fists. Almost violently open them up. Yep, back and forth. We're getting that lymphatic system here moving. We're getting that blood, that garbage that holds into our fingertips. We're letting that drain down for our body to cleanse it. I know, it really tires out our arms too. One more. And release. Go, bring those arms nice and wide. And then we'll give ourselves a big hug. Perfect. Now let's try and sit up tall here. No rounding. Nice tall spine. We're just trying to kind of lengthen that space between our shoulders. Take a couple deep breaths. Good. One more breath out. Now, remember when arms on top. Inhale, open up, big, wide open, and then switch. Other arm on top. Same thing. Just try to stretch out those shoulder blades. Good. One more breath out. And release. Wiggle it out a little bit. Perfect. We'll reset. Big breath. Reach all the way up. Exhale. Pull it in. 2 more. Full breath. And out. Last one. Full breath. Relax those arms. Good. Now, if you're still leaning back into your seat, go ahead and bring yourself a little bit further forward again. Feet are about hip distance apart. You can bring them wider if you feel like you need that stability. Good. Awesome. We're going to take that right arm. We're going to reach it all the way up towards the sky. Our left hand can be on our thigh. It can be on the side of our couch, our chair, our arm of our chair, whatever you have here. Full breath in, reach. Maybe reach over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Bring that right arm down, wherever feels right. And then left arm, reach up. Breathe in. Good, big stretch. And release. Good, one more time each side. Inhale, right arm reaches. And release. Left arm, big extension. And release. Perfect. Sit up nice and tall again. We'll reset. I know those arms are tired. Big breath in. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more full breaths. Good. Last one, full breath. Good. I'll give those arms a break again. I know mine are burning a little bit, so I'm sure yours are too. We'll bring that left ankle on top of our right knee. So now you have a lot of different options. You can keep that right leg straight or straighter. You could bring your prop in if you need those arms to be a little bit longer. Good. You can start here, and then you can even slowly start to bend that knee in. All right. Now, this is a really tough pose for you. It just means that this is going to be the most beneficial for you to constantly be stretching. So, to slowly build up on. So don't get yourself discouraged if this is too much for you. And the same thing, if you've had any major hip replacements and they've said no outer rotations of the hips, don't do this. Okay. All right, so for a lot of us, this is going to be enough. We're going to feel it. We're going to feel it in our back and our butt, our hip, our inner thigh. It's a lot going on here. So just, maybe stay here and don't do anything to change it. If you want to feel it more, you can lean into it. This hurts your knee. Keep those toes flexing back. It'll use those same muscles that we worked out earlier, and it'll keep that knee happy. Perfect. That first 30 seconds here is like the most intense. You'll slowly start to feel those top layer of muscles open up. Great stretch to do for that sciatic nerve, for low back pain, SI joint pain. Really, it's a really important group of muscles that we need to stretch out in our body, especially our hips. We hold so much garbage and so much stress here that when we hold that stress in our hips, it's connected to the rest of our body. So like we can be stressed out in our hips and it could create like us grinding our teeth or clenching our teeth. It's just when we're tense here, it makes us tense everywhere else. It kind of just pulls everything in. Good, just 2 more breaths. We're almost done. Good. And then slowly release. Wiggle that leg out a little bit. I always tell people, when I first started practicing yoga, that was one of the most painful poses for me. Anything to do with that kind of opening of my hip. I love it now, and I realize now that as much as I hated it, and it was a lot for me, it was what my body needed the most. So, again, don't be discouraged if you hate that pose right now. All right, we'll switch sides. Other side. Same thing. Find length if you need it. And don't be surprised if this side is way worse or way better. We're not perfect on both sides. So we really notice it when we start to stretch those hips. Kind of just breathe here. Let that open. Two more breaths. And then slowly release. Good. Wiggle out that hip, both of the hips. You know what? Let's actually bring our feet together, sitting more on the edge of our seat a little bit here. And then we're just going to open them wide and bring them in. Okay. We really stretched out those muscles here. So let's kind of strengthen them back. So when you're opening them, I want you to kind of press them open. Like use those muscles to open them. And then when you bring them back in, same thing. Squeeze those thighs together so that we're using those muscles. So this is less about stretching and more about strengthening. Okay. So we just stretch those muscles out. And now we're gonna give them a little strength. Just one more. I'm starting to fall off my chair, so don't fall off your chair. Go ahead, sit back onto your seats. Good. We'll give our legs a break now, and then we're gonna give our rotator cuffs our little bit of love. So we're gonna bring those elbows right into our side, pin them here, tall spine. And then we're just gonna take nice, gentle circles. So you can make those circles little, you can make them big. So if the big ones hurt, do the little ones. All right, so this is kind of similar to that knee, the toes out, the toes down, that we're strengthening the muscles in our rotator cuff. Good. We're not only strengthening them, but we're stretching them. So if you have any rotator cuff issues, this might feel good. If it doesn't feel good, I wouldn't do it. Don't agitate that rotator cuff. Good. Reverse those circles. Good. Keep those elbows into your side, palms together, and then open up wide. Back and forth. I always joke that this is like that little monkey with the tambourine. That's how I feel when I'm doing it. Just back and forth. You'll feel that stretch in that shoulder. Right on the top of that arm. Good. And then release. Shake out those arms. Good. We're going to give a little bit of love to our arms here. So I'll show it to you this way, but know that you could do it lower too, because it'll be less tension on your shoulder here. So you're just going to bring that palm forward, those fingers pointing down. So for a lot of us, right off the bat, we're going to feel that stretch right here. Okay. If you need a little help to feel the stretch more, you're going to grab your fingers and you're going to pull them back. And then once you pull those fingers back, then you need to straighten out the arm. So you do it right on front of you, but you could also do it low, but you're going to have to straighten that arm to feel it. Good. I know, sometimes we forget to stretch out our arms and our hands, our forearms. This is good if you're typing all day, if you're writing letters. I feel like nobody writes letters anymore, but it's pretty nice when we do. Good, go ahead and release. I'm just gonna shake out that hand. Shake it all out. Perfect, we'll switch. So give me that right palm forward, fingers pointing down. And again, some of us might already feel it here. You can stay here if that's enough. You can grab those fingers back. You can keep it low. You can bring it high. Just try and straighten that arm. Don't forget to breathe. Just 2 more breaths. Got it, and release. Shake it out. You'll notice, especially on hands too, like that kind of stretch, whatever hand you don't write with or you don't use the most is typically feels, you don't feel this, like the stretch, it feels easier to stretch. Good. So like I'm a lefty, so when I do my left hand, I'm like, it is tense. So we're gonna roll those shoulders back. Sit up nice and tall. We'll reset. Big breath in. And exhale it in. 2 more breaths. Full breath. And exhale. Good. Last breath. Fill up. And exhale. Good. Wiggle out those shoulders. Perfect. Feet are wide again. wider than hip distance. Bring your hands to your knees. One more time, we're going to move that spine. I want you to close your eyes here when we do this too, because I want you to feel the space that we've created, okay? So close those eyes, hands on our knees. We're just going to inhale as we pull that belly forward, and then exhale as we round. Good, nice gentle movement. This should feel very different than at the beginning of our practice. All those different parts of our body that we've stretched, that we've moved, we've created this space. Now, if we've listened to our body and we were gentle, we are going to feel so energetic after this. One more. And then release. Shake it out. Big breath in. Reach all the way up. Hands to your heart. Good. Shoulders roll back. Chest lifts high. Go ahead and open your eyes if you've closed them. And then from here, we're going to sit up tall. Feet, again, are at least hip distance apart. And then we're going to take our arms and we're going to twist as we open. So as we twist, we can bring that right hand back behind us. We can bring that left hand to the outside of our left thigh. Good. Full breath in, grow tall. And release, hands back to heart center. Sit up nice and tall. And then we'll switch. Left hand back. Press that right hand and that right thigh into each other. Good, full breath in. We're going to do each side one more time. Release, hands back to your heart. Nice tall spine. Exhale, twist. Again, keep those knees working with those hands. And release, hands to heart. Last side, open up. And release. Good, we'll reset. Big breath in, just one reach. And exhale. Perfect. Feet are going to come a little wider here. Make sure that you have a good seat wherever you're at. Even if you've created a little height for yourself, you can get rid of that height. Feet are going to be wide. Good. So for here, you can almost stay right here on your elbows. So for here, it's actually probably beneficial for your hips to be below your knees, but it's not necessary. All right. And then we're going to bring our hands maybe down to the floor. Good. And even if we want to, we can release our shoulders and our head. Good. Just listen to your body. What this is good for is this is forcing our low back to lengthen. So really good for any tension we hold in our low back. It's literally lengthening that whole low back. So good for our hips. If we can get our head below our heart, it's great for our brain. It keeps our brain sharp. And it gives new blood flow to our brain. It's not very often that we get our head below our heart. They say that if you want to feel creative or be able to fix a problem, that you should get new blood flow to your brain. Worth a try, right? People at least will leave you alone if you're walking around with your head upside down. Good. Now we're going to start to come up here. We can kind of feel dizzy when we come up from this. So let's start off on our elbows, maybe close our eyes. Take a few breaths. Give yourself as much time as you need here. And then when you're ready, sit all the way up. We'll take one to reset. Big breath in, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Good. From here, we're going to move into Shavasana. So Shavasana is just the end or the death of our practice. This is a great time to get somewhere comfortable. So it can be definitely still be in your seat, just where you're at. But it also can be laying completely down on a couch, on a bed. Again, wherever you're doing your practice today, just find somewhere that you can find complete stillness in your body. So for some of us, we're just going to feel more comfortable laying down. All right. So get yourself somewhere nice and comfortable. Take any wiggles out of your body that you need to take out. And then let your eyelids close. Just feel this softness take over your body, over your face. We'll take a cleansing breath. Breathe out. Full breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Now from here, let every exhale make you feel more relaxed, a little more heavy, a tiny bit more still. And start to notice how those inhales, they feel light, they feel energetic. Noticing how that energy changes as we breathe in, as we breathe out. Taking a moment to notice those pauses, those little seconds between our breaths, those moments of pure stillness. We're not even telling our body what to do, and it's changing its purpose with our breath. It's changing our energy. It's cultivating this calmness within us. We so often focus on all the things our body does wrong for us. And yet our body is so beautiful. It's such a gift. There's just so much that it does right for us. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring a little movement back into your body. You can roll your wrists, maybe your ankles, maybe your shoulders. When you're ready, wherever you're at, just take a nice big stretch. So if you're still laying down, just do all of this while you're laying down. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Breathe out. Full breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Thank you for sharing this space, sharing this energy with myself and all others out there. We always end our practice with namaste, and that just means the light in me honors that very light in you. Namaste. Yay! Thank you guys so much. Again, I really miss seeing your faces, but I know energetically you're out there. I hope you're enjoying class. If you ever feel like you have a question or something that you'd like to work on or know more about, feel free to chime in the chat box, either before or after class. And then I really look forward to seeing you guys. Hopefully it happens in March. Until then, I hope you guys all stay well and healthy. All right, bye.